Most Greek gods were tall, jacked, and handsome, but also had the male reproductive organ of a more civilized age, the Greek male ideal. But the god Priapus was basically the exact opposite. This dude was an ugly little manlet with the grotesque and disgusting instrument of a barbarian. The story is crazy and kinda sad. So Priapus started out as the son of the goddess of love and beauty, Aphrodite, and while Aphrodite was building that baby, Hera the Karen goddess came along and cursed Priapus. Apparently, Hera lost a beauty contest to Aphrodite, so for revenge she decided to curse innocent little Priapus with ugliness, a foul mind, and something else that we'll get to. So, after Priapus was born, Aphrodite did what any loving mother would do and kicked her baby off Mount Olympus to live with the peasants, since she was pro-life. Priapus was found by shepherds and grew up to become the god of fertility and growth, and although he was of short stature, he grew in other areas. Farmers would erect statues of him holding up baskets of fruit with a kynodesme attached to his massive schlong. If you don't know what a kynodesme is, it's basically where you tie up the foreskin to prevent the tip from showing. You know, because showing your tip was considered vulgar. Farmers would pray to him as they plowed their fields for a good harvest. However, unfortunately, Priapus never actually got to sow his own seed. You see, the other thing that Hera cursed him with was inconvenient impotence. Now, normally, Priapus's schlong would stand up tall and proud. However, when it came time for actual use, Priapus's tree trunk would turn into an elephant trunk. For example, one time he was trying to rape a sleeping goddess, you know, a typical Tuesday for a Greek god. But right as he was about to enter, a donkey started honking, causing Priapus to start softening and giving the goddess the chance to escape. Afterwards, Priapus, in anger, beat the donkey to death using his massive phallus and then developed an eternal rivalry with all donkeys and would demand them as sacrifices at his altar. So yeah, it's no wonder why this dude's so fertile. He's been etching for his entire immortal lifetime. Now, as you can imagine, being so pent up made Priapus quite angry, so he would take his anger out on thieves by threatening to castrate the men and rape the women and children. But I guess that second one was not a very hard threat. In another story, Dionysus created a talking donkey and set him up in a literal dick measuring contest with Priapus. Priapus naturally won, of course, so to celebrate his victory, Priapus beat this donkey to death. But after seeing Donkey's heroic sacrifices, Dionysus decided to make him a constellation. He put him right next to the other constellation known for growth, Cancer. This story is made funnier by the fact that Dionysus was probably Priapus' long-lost father, which means that Priapus just beat up his daddy's pet for daring to challenge him. So yeah, Priapus was kinda an asshole, but really, what would you expect from him? Ever since he was born, he was deemed as a monster, rejected by his own mother, and exiled from his own home. So he embraced the vulgar role that was assigned to him by the gods and made the most out of it. He used his vulgarity to fertilize the fields for farmers and transformed his massive log into his own tool for dishing out punishment. But really, Priapus is a lesson to us all to never judge people by the curses assigned to them at birth. Even for those cursed with the hideous, grotesque, disgusting deformity of a big dick. Hey Rick Riordan, when are you gonna add Priapus to the Percy Jackson verse?